Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a book haul. I got into this mood. First of all, I enjoy reading books. However, I came across a video of classics and I was like, you know what? I don't have any classics. They're probably just all digital and I would like some physical books to have, some copies, you know, in my hand. And that's what I did. I'm literally just looking at a stack of books and none of them are classics. But yeah, I figured I'd start with two of my favorite, and I say two of my favorite, one because I read this one when I was younger and I really enjoyed this, like to the point where I was already into reading when I read this, but it just awoke something in me and I absolutely loved The Animal Farm. However, I wound up reading 1984 in college, and I think because I had to write a paper on it, I just really was not interested. One, because it wasn't my concentration, and I'm sorry, I had a lot of like other classes that I had to focus on and a lot of other work to do than read a book and write about it. It was good, but now that I don't have to do any work on it, I think I'll enjoy reading it more. So yeah, I got these two. This one was used. You could just tell by the way it looks. It's not new. I got this one for $5.40. I was trying to see if I could get it from the thrift store first, but again, I don't know if I mentioned, I know I mentioned it in the children's video, but this is a used bookstore that also provides older books in newer copies. So this one was $9.99. Again, I got 10% off of all of these since I bought so many books at one time. So I've got those. I'll set those off to the side for now. I've never read Of Mice and Men. I figured I should just read it, see how this one's new. It just says save 10% since I'm purchasing it new. So I think this one was $12 and I saved 10% since I bought a new copy. And then I saved 10% on top of that since I bought so many books. But yes, Of Mice and Men, I figured I should just read it at least once. I've heard that the picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde is phenomenal. Again, I feel I have to read. I picked this one up for $4.95. I think I mentioned this one was $12. But yes, this one was only $4.95. And again, it was 10% off because it is a new copy of the book that they had ordered, and then 10% off again. And again, I think I'm not going to mention that anymore, but if you see the sticker, just know I got 10% off and then 10% off the entire purchase, like each book or the whole, whatever, you get it. And then Pride and Prejudice, I love this movie with Keira Knightley, so I figured I had to read it. I think the movie was great and I watch it over and over and over. Like sometimes if I need something playing in the background, I can leave that playing. But yeah, this one was just $5.95. I'm really sad by this because I pulled it out of the bag and I don't know if it's that there were so many books or what, but this is new. However, this is going to bug me. Anyway, you can see that that's not solid black. Neither is this. So I'm kind of sad about that. I could probably take it back and have them exchange it because I haven't used the book. It's not like I read it and I damaged it myself. I'm so careful about my books. But I guess when she was putting it in the bag, we're gonna move on. If I stare at it too long, I'm going to like focus on it and just get bothered. The funny part is this one's used with cracks right here and I'm not bothered by it, but if I'm purchasing something new, I might as well have it be new. But yeah, this one's Sense and Sensibility. I've wanted to buy myself the collection of the Jane Austen books for a really long time. However, I don't know, if I get the covers that I want, like for it to be really nice on my shelf, it's just going to cost a lot. So I just want to be able to read these and enjoy my time. Again, if I get the covers I want, I probably wouldn't even read them. It'd just be to look pretty on a shelf. So yeah, I've got the Pride and Prejudice one. The Pride and Prejudice one was $5.95 plus that 10%. Then this one was $5.40, Sense and Sensibility. And I picked this one up not because I wanted to read it. One, Pride and Prejudice, love. Sense and Sensibility, I think it's because there's a show coming out. I don't know if there's a show coming out or has come out already. I can't remember, but Sense and Sensibility I heard was also a really good one. This one I got because there's a show coming out with Dakota Johnson, I believe. Persuasion. Why did I get two? Is it any good? I don't know, but I couldn't help myself. I love this more classic one. It's just beautiful. And this one was $5.40. And then you've got this modern version. And I figured if I'm going to have these and my kids ever want to read this, I don't know how appropriate this is. I never looked into the whole like thing, but I'm assuming it should be fine. I guess I'll read it first. But whenever they need like a library, when they're like preteens and teens, like, I don't know, this is so cute. But yeah, I have like the more classic version now and like this little modern one that I can read, and I figured this will probably be the one I carry around to read myself and then just leave this one in my bookshelf. About this one, you guys are gonna hate me for this next one. I don't know if I mentioned this one was $5.95. I've got mom brain, so I'm like constantly forgetting anything I said like 10 seconds ago. Three copies of Emma, just because I heard someone say that if you're gonna read any Jane Austen book, it should be Emma. And I have a problem because classic, just like the Persuasion one, this is more my style. This one is the Barnes and Noble one. And why I couldn't pick, and I'll explain why right now. And then this one is like the modern one that I can like carry around. However, this Barnes and Noble one, I guess Stephen Marcus does the introduction, and he's a professor of English and comparative literature and a George Delacorte professor in humanities at Columbia University and a specialist in the 19th century literature and culture. He's the author of more than 200 publications. So he did the introduction to this book, and I think it's really nice to get perspective from other people. This one has an introduction by Margaret Drabble. And then this one has an introduction by Margaret. However, it has an afterword by Sabrina Jeffries. I have no idea who that is, but again, I think it's really interesting to get different perspective. So yes, I know I'm getting it to read the book, but I don't know. I think it's really nice to get the input or insight from somebody else. So yeah, this one was $5.40. This one was $5.40, and this one was $5.95, but again, sticker on that one. This is also is this a Keira Knightley movie too? Anna Karenina, I can't even think right now. But yeah, I got this one because I've never read it, and I enjoyed the movie. The movie was a bit slow at times, so I don't know how the book will be. But the first time I watched it, I felt it was slow. Then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm actually paying attention. But I figured I'd read the book just because I never have. And it was $7.95. And it just seems like it could keep me entertained for a while. Again, it had the sticker on it. The Catcher in the Rye, I heard there's people that love this and that's like a red flag. But I feel like it's something that everyone should read just because of what I've seen and heard. So I don't know if people just avoid this book altogether or love it and then are considered absolutely nuts. But why not read a little more? I don't know. I find it fascinating. So this is $9.99 and I can see what all the hype is about. There's nothing I can read to you on it because there's nothing in the back. but I guess you could look it up if you wanted to. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this could be good. Don't judge me. And then we've got 2 of the same books. Why? Because I have a problem, and that's okay. I acknowledge that, and I'm okay with it. So we've got Mark Twain, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and we've got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Classics that I have never read. So I figured I'd read them, and I got the newer version that'll look prettier on my shelf just because look at how neutral that is versus these. I thought these were so cute. But yeah, that's my problem. I couldn't pick because I know this is also something classic, just to have like the black and white and have like your little school shelf, if you will. But these were so nice. Anyway, these were $5.40 each, and then this one was $5.40, which was used. The back was a little bent, and this one was $9. But it's like, if one is $5.40, I mean, this one does have the sticker, granted, and there was a huge pile of these. There was only one of these, so fine. Okay, I get it on this one. But yeah, I'm just really glad I got that 10% off in the end. Wow, you can really see the difference here. Okay, and the last few books, okay? We've got Macbeth. Never read Macbeth. I read, in high school, I wound up reading Don Quixote, something else that I can't remember, and I honestly can't remember. But to be honest, in my high school, I don't think we even read Shakespeare. So I figured I'd read Macbeth. And I picked up this Shakespeare Treasury. Oh, also sticker, but $6.99. And then the Shakespeare Treasury. I'll read this to you quickly. It just says it's a delightful collection of facts on Britain's greatest playwright and insights into the enduring popularity of his work, delving into the inspirations behind his masterworks and the influences of generations of performers. It reveals the incredible variety with which Shakespeare's plays have been adapted for stage and screen, commemorating the 400th anniversary of his death. This quirky volume looks at the facts and myths of Shakespeare's life and reveals little-known stories about his plays and poems, including the inspiration behind of some of his loved characters. Which actor played Hamlet over 500 times? By the way, when I picked up Macbeth, I also had Hamlet in my hand. And I left Hamlet. And then I thought, oh, I'll probably go back tomorrow and buy Hamlet. I haven't bought Hamlet, and I don't know if I will. I might. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I did have both of them in my hand though. This one was $6.99. I'm pretty sure Hamlet was the same price, and it was one of like these newer versions as well, so they would have gone well together. And I think there was only like, there were a few Macbeth books, but I don't remember how many Hamlet books there were at that store. But yeah, we'll see if I go back for that one eventually. We've got, I've never read any of these books. I know of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I know of Frankenstein and Dracula, and I've never read them. So I was gonna get the individual Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I think the individual one was like $6 or $8. This book itself was $7.95 with 10% off, and I get all 3 stories. So I just decided to do that. Honestly, I am not a, I don't know. I just wanted to read these just because, and I don't know. I've heard that Frankenstein, I don't know about Dracula. I've heard that Dracula's kind of like long and people have to do like a lot of work on this in school. However, Frankenstein I've heard is really good, and I haven't heard much on this one. But Frankenstein is supposed to be good, but I wasn't going to buy one book for $8 when I could get all three together for $8, especially if it's something that I'm not going to be reading all the time or like referencing. And then I think I've always had an interest in reading, but this was like the first real full-size book I had read. I don't have my original copy. My parents probably got rid of that at some point, but I got this Jane Eyre book. This is $1.95 originally, somewhere when it was first sold. I paid $5.40 for it, but this was one of the first big girl books my mom bought me, if you will. So yeah, I got that, and since it's so nostalgic for me, I went ahead and bought this version, black, gold, red. It was $25. Looking at it now, it goes with absolutely nothing on my shelf or the theme of where it will be staying and living. But it was just an absolutely beautiful copy. I wish it had the Frankenstein, not the exact Frankenstein cover, but it was like cloth with blue on it and hearts. I didn't need the hearts, but I don't know, maybe blue or pink would have gone better. But it's black, so I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that one was my priciest book that I didn't need, but it made me feel happy, and I'm okay with that. This video is super long. Again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below. Have you read any of these classics at all? Like, I've been reading so much romance lately, and usually I'm into like, yes, romance, but also like a good mystery. Like, that's my thing, mysteries and anything that has to do with the government and conspiracies. Kind of, it's just, I love stuff like that, like mysteries and thrillers. That's my thing. But I've heard so many good reviews on some romances lately. That's basically what I've been reading. Oh, and historical fiction. Historical fiction has got to be, like, I love watching historical fiction like series, so I quite enjoy reading historical fiction. So if you've got any recommendations, please let me know. And yeah, I've got a lot of books to get through soon, but I mean, I've got time, right? We make the time, we'll find the time. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching.